So I'm not big on making posts on Beyonce. However, I do find the Act 3 of Betty Davis very interesting. But I think what is being told in the story is a little far beyond what people are actually perceiving. From Renaissance to Cowboy Carter to now this, there's a far greater story not only about America, but about America's Masonic origins tied in. So when I thought of Betty Davis, or Black Betty, the song I actually thought of was the remake of the song Black Betty by Ram Jam. On the album artwork, they have a pyramid with a ram's head at the top, and it kind of made me think of Beyonce's outfit from Homecoming. And we know that she's shown visuals of her as an Egyptian goddess before. I've also shown her connections to the formation of America. Now, the crown that she's wearing does look similar to the god Khnum, and the ram's head is connected to the feminine force. But when I thought of her use of Betty Davis, I knew that there was something else there. And one of the outfits I saw Betty Davis in reminded me of an early photo of Beyonce wearing this chest plate with sort of ram figure on it. Now, Betty Davis was the wife of Miles Davis, but a feminine powerhouse in her own right. Now, even though it's not the same person, when I heard Betty Davis, I thought of Bet Davis because it was trending earlier last year when JoJo Siwa covered the song by Kim Carn, Betty Davis Eyes. Now, Bet Davis was in the film Death on the Nile based on the novel by Agatha Christie, which talks about ancient Egypt. If you guys remember, Beyonce has a song called Nile with Kendrick Lamar from the Lion King soundtrack, which I've spoken about before, how the story of the Lion King is not only Hamlet, but also connected to Osiris and Set in ancient Egyptian mythology. It's also pretty interesting because Miles Davis, Betty Davis's husband or ex-husband, had an album called Nefertiti. And we know this is some of the symbolism that Beyonce has used herself. And you have to ask why she keeps referencing Egyptian gods and goddesses. I think that Act 3 is not just going to be about rock and roll, but psychedelic rock and its influence on counterculture, the human mind, and consciousness, because those were the building blocks of the origin of not only music, but of America. And Miles Davis even has an album called Miles in the Sky. And if you see it, it's pretty similar to this outfit that Betty Davis has on as well as Beyonce. Now, the color frequency, the eye, and the iris does make me think of those kinds of themes. And this album was influenced by the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamond, which is about psychedelic awakening. So I'll do more research, but those are all the themes that I see for Act 3. Just some clues and keys for you guys who want to do some exploring and decoding. This is what I'm seeing, the similarities. With TikTok, remember this is for entertainment purposes only.